Got a lot of students there. Those look like police. Describe for TV viewers what you're seeing, Joe Biggs, or radio listeners.
So as we're seeing right now, there's a lot of people at this breezeway area. And we're looking over into where all the police have migrated to. This seems to be like the main area that they're focused on.
So there's a woman in wedge shoes right there in blue jeans. Let's talk to her real quick. To your left. There you go. Let's do more important work here. Where'd she go?
You guys know what's going on so far?
Yeah, there's actually, from what I gather, there's been a shooting in there.
Wait, sorry, he's just calling to do a phoner with us right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
What'd she say to you?
Thanks. He said he loves the show. He'll talk to us later.
Oh, really? What did she say?
She says that he's calling in to do an interview with her first.
Okay. She's like, thanks for trying to steal her big interview. Oh, my God. I love it.
He's a fan of
P-brain. Anyways, so, yeah, Joe, keep going for radio listeners.
So as you can see, there's tons of police vehicle. Looks like there's SWAT officers coming up and down that way. On the other side here, there's a whole lot of police that have amassed. Helicopters are flying all over. But basically, most people are just kind of frozen right here, trying to figure out what's going on. Once again, if you're just joining, we're at the UCLA campus in Southern California around LA.
Man, look at, there's like dozens of police cars where you're at. And I heard they got like most of campus locked down, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I've been able to walk around pretty easily so far. This is the first area I've really seen where there's tape and they're not allowing anybody to go in. But with
well, I mean, I've been watching the press conference. They still don't have any information. I mean, how many hours is this going to go on?
Yeah, it's been going on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I guess now.
There it is, UCLA shooting. Another gun-free zone. Paul Watson, Infowars.com. Victim disarmament policy claims more lives. At least 2 people were killed during a shooting on UCLA campus today. And yet another victim disarmament gun-free zone. A UCLA police spokesperson said officers responded to a engineering lab and asked students to go to a secure location. How about they have guns and just shoot the person? After the campus-wide alert system issued a notification, which is totally worthless. It's like having TSA but the borders open. At time of press, the gunman is still on the loose and has not been apprehended. According to California state law, gun ownership is strictly regulated on the campus of UCLA. Yeah, why is this always on gun-free zones, Joe Biggs?
Because criminals don't abide by laws. And therefore, when you make something a gun-free zone, you then make it a kill zone. That's a soft target. Criminals, bad guys who want to do harm, they don't go after something that's hard. Like you don't run at a buffalo. You don't run at an elephant. Why? Because it's bigger than you and has a good chance of taking you out. Unless you have an elephant gun, which is the great equalizer. So you have to have things that make things an equalizer. And there's criminals out there that want to kill you. They just want to take your stuff. They don't care about you. They have no care about life. They don't care about anything.
And they all moved to Chicago, L.A., New York, D.C., where they have a bunch of sheeple to feed on. I mean, if I was a predator, I'd want to go after the folks that Mark Dice interviews. These people do not know how to find their butt with both hands.
These are all Democrat states. These are all areas where there are people who are just completely brainwashed by this whole notion that if you take guns away, you're going to make everything happen.
Exactly. I'm no fan of Republicans. They got their problems. You know, a lot of them are dumb too, but Democrats are the dumbest idiots, and they all talk about how smart they are, but they know nothing. I mean, they really are a plague of idiots.
Yeah, they're like the leading cause of death in America.
It's a good point. It's documented. Joe, just continuing here, I'm going to want you to go into the next hour off and on, popping in when David Knight is hosting. And, you know, but obviously try to find, and you did a great job getting there, wherever the press conference is. Maybe we can give him the information, the intel, so you can actually get to one of these stupid press conferences, but we're not going to hear anything. I mean, I would ask in the press conference.
Go ahead. Where a press conference would be at? Yeah. Down there? Okay.
Anyway, yeah, just go into that line. They're fine. And then try to ask a question as you've done other press conferences. This is another victim disarmament zone with like 500 cops. You can't find the guy. We don't expect you to find him. It's not your job. Your job's not to stop crime. It is to arrest people that have done bad things and bring them to the people's court, the jury, the grand jury. But another victim disarmament zone, your gun control doesn't work. It creates a vacuum for criminals to enter. Joe Biggs?
Exactly, and I mean that's what we're seeing in all these other places. Look at history. Look at every time they've taken guns away from things like that, the place has fallen. Tyrants move in, they take over, and now we have a presidential candidate who wants to, this self-confessed socialist, and people are actually falling for him. They don't understand that they're basically jumping on a sword by voting for him.
But you know,
It's
Dos
completely-
Equis is getting rid of the most interesting man and actually getting Bernie Sanders to be the most interesting man, Joe.
God, I hope not.
I mean,
That'd
sarcastic.
be horrible. Yeah, I know.
It's a joke. Bernie's is the most idiotic moron you could have out there. But see, I think he actually believes what he spews. That's why they don't want him in power. They love socialism. Got an armored vehicle right there, huh, Joe?
Yeah, look at his disciples, though. Look at the people that show up to these free speech events. The fact that you see large amounts of Americans now completely against what America stands for. Freedom of speech, freedom to protect yourself. And what's happening? Where are these people amassed at? Where you see all this stuff are the places where there are shootings all the time. They're soft targets. Soft targets are areas that always get hit. What happened when ISIS came to Texas, Alex? They got taken out. We got the Second Amendment there.
That's right, Joe Biggs. It's crazy you're out there to cover the social justice warriors led by Stay Puft, Trigglypuff. And then now you're right there in the middle of just this total hysteria. Large parts of L.A. shut down as hundreds of police run in all directions. Hell, there's hundreds where you're at, thousands, looking for somebody that's long gone. Might have been a drill, might have been a false flag. By the way, Alexapure, the folks that make these amazing water filters that cut basically everything out at InfoWarsStore.com, they have got a new Alexapure Breeze, one of the most incredible air filters ever. Just go see it for the price. Nothing gets close. It's so amazing. This is years in the making. It's 25% off plus $184 for this room filter. InfoWarsStore.com. The revolutionary air purifier is here. Look at it in studies side by side with units as much as $900. $184 beats it. And that's introductory. That's savings of $65 off right now, or 26.02%. Also, Anthroplex is back in stock. Super Male Vitality, Lung Cleanse, a lot of really great high-quality products at InfoWarsStore.com. InfoWarsLife.com takes you right to the nutraceuticals section. Also, you get free shipping on orders of $50 or more, 10% off when you sign up for AutoShip. And there's so many other specials. Just go check out the mothership store, InfoWarsStore.com, and check out the subpages like Maiden1776.com, InfoWarsLife.com. And if you want to find all the great longevity products, they're separate from us, but are excellent. Over 400 products, and then your purchase supports the broadcast. You can go to InfoWarsHealth.com or InfoWarsTeam.com. They have Beyond Tangy Tangerine and Pollen Burst, other great products there. Joe Biggs, I know you're there. What's happened since the break started? You're at UCLA, side of the shooting. You were there to cover the anti-free speech mobs. Could this be a false flag, Joe? I mean, if the Justice Department got caught running fast and furious, CBS News, to blame the Second Amendment, could they have staged something here, Joe?
Okay, cool. There's some guy telling me if I go back over there again, I can't come back, but who cares? I'll still do it.
Was that a cop telling you that?
No, some campus patrol guy.
Oh, just some guy on a power trip. I'm sure he loves the New World Order. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine. Who cares? I'll get around him. I was able to get through all the police in North Paris and Saint Denis when the raids on the ISIS guys were happening. So I'm sure it's not going to be too hard for me to get past this guy.
Absolutely, just another buck-toothed moron. Go ahead. So you heard my question. Could this be a false flag?
I mean, looking at what happened last night at the event, the fact that there was a bomb threat called, the fact that now this is happening the very next day, after one of these events happens. I mean, it's really interesting when you see something like that happen. I mean, I don't know. It's too hard to tell right now. There's not a lot of information.
No, I hear you. And then because they have a past history of this, that's why I don't trust them. I'm just saying the possibility has to be admitted because they've done it before. It's like if a guy's a convicted child molester on your block and a kid gets molested, they're a suspect. We don't know they did it. They've done it before, though.
Yeah, exactly. But you can see they've already got dogs out now. They got the canine police.
So here's the question. Will they keep L.A. locked down for days looking for the shooter, 2 dead?
Yeah, never know. Possibly. I mean, that's somebody's child or father that got shot. So, yeah, someone's going to keep looking.
It's very, very sad. I'm just saying, is how much of L.A. is locked down right now?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I got here in about 45 minutes from Long Beach. But, you know, as I was on the way up here, this was kind of unfolding. And more police were on their way. And it looked like a lot of the overpasses and stuff started to have police parking under it. So,
sure, let me ask you this question. What would Trigglypuff or Age Skrillex do right now?
Cry. and blame the fact that guns exist on it instead of actually being a realist and understanding that, guess what, they've been invented, they're here to stay, they're not going anywhere. And what we need to do is to have that great equalizer. Everyone needs to have a way to protect
That's
themselves.
right. There's always going to be crazy people. Like in Japan, they have stabbings every week. Some crazy, those, stabs 18 people on a school bus. Do we ban knives? No. We try to identify Fruit Loops.
Yeah, it's insane the way that people try to weigh this out with, it's not rational thinking at all.
All right, I want to get your take on what you experience more with the social justice warriors and talk about this new superstar you've discovered on Infowars.com. They're at UCLA, Alice the Goon. We're back in 70 seconds. The David Knight's going to take over after that. But Alice the Goon, Infowars.com/show for free feeds. Some stations don't carry the fourth hour. Stay with us. Spread the word. They hate it. Spread the word. The enemy hates it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. By the way, Joe Biggs is a great surfer. And he's a great wake surfer. My buddy Shane Steiner is an amazing surfer. And first time Joe came down here about 3 years ago before he got hired to do some interviews with us, he went on the lake. He just jumped on the wake surf and was doing all these great moves. Everybody was impressed. So there's some surf music for Joe Biggs. Surfing the lockdown of UCLA, the hysteria. Got to be 1,000 cops. 2 hours into this, lockdown, can't find the shooter, 2 dead. It's a tragedy, just as bad as, the 10 people that died on the LA highways today. But the fetish of hating the guns. Joe, you're going to be following more of this tour at other universities as the Trigglypuffs try to shut down free speech. Tell us about that and other points.
Well, right now I have an update on the situation. Now, what I've heard so far is they believe it was a murder-suicide. They found a note, and they found a gun as well. So they're saying that the building has been
so the
cleared.
big lockdown happened, but it was a murder-suicide. So much ado about nothing.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, but there's still an FBI command mobile command center here. The ATF, I just saw walk up the stairwell right up here. If you see, that's hard to get the microphone.
Sure, so the ATF, when they're not busy doing Oklahoma City, are there keeping you safe.
Yeah, so they're here, ATF, FBI, local LAPD, terrorism task force, all that stuff. But apparently that's the word, that it's a murder-suicide.
Do you think the ATF's over there shipping more 50 cals to El Chapo or rocket launchers?
I hope not.
I mean, the ATF's been caught in so many false flags. Where do you start, Joe?
I mean, it's a corrupt organization. It's a large organization without any kind of oversight and people actually looking at what's going on. And then you have a lot of these career politicians and basically people higher up in the ranks inside of these agencies that are basically politicians. Just like in the Army, once you get up to Sergeant Major, it's basically politics after that. And you get these people, they get turned, changed. That money gets handed to them from here to there, and it's easy for these people to get corrupt, and that's when you see this stuff happen.
And Bill Clinton says, I need to demonize the Patriot movement, so they blow up Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, this is super intense. I mean, it sucks if something like this happens, but at the end of the day, guess what? We don't blame guns for it because, like I said, they're
well, I
here.
mean, my God, 10 people die a day in L.A. in car wrecks. Look it up. I mean, I'm not glad that happened either, but you don't blame drivers because there's some wrecks and deaths. The world isn't perfect. That's the way it is.
Yeah. But the most insane thing, Alex, is this whole gorilla thing now that people are talking about, how everyone's flipping out over. And some people say that the gorilla was black, and that's why it got shot, versus if it was a white gorilla.
I saw that.
I mean, yeah, it's complete and total insanity. But guess what? No one even talked about the 10 people that were murdered in Chicago over the weekend. No one cared about that. No one cared about the fact that there are criminals running around in
That's a good point. Chicago is basically in civil war because they had the highest crime rate in the world last year. This year, it's double. And now they're saying it's like breaking down. Where's that go, Joe?
I don't know. I mean, there's just going to be more and more people get killed. When are people going to wake up and actually open their eyes and go, you know what? The Democrats have not been doing a good job. When you look at these states, these cities that are run by these guys, these areas that don't have guns, this is where you see all this stuff happen. San Bernardino. I mean, look overseas. Paris, that's a gun-free zone. It's completely and totally ridiculous.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. What's the response you've gotten from the police when they see you got an InfoWars flag on your mic?
Some people are giving me thumbs up or kind of like, you kind of see them like, oh, hey, look, and then point or whatever. But outside of that, I usually don't get any kind of hostility. Even
I was
when
about to say, we mainly get positive feedback, which I'm not growling the police. They got their own problems. Society's collapsing. My God, a lot of them are horrible. I mean, the public's horrible. We're horrible. I'm horrible. But we only get a lot. Overall, like you saw in Ferguson and other areas, even though they were doing some bad stuff, we get positive, response, don't we?
Well, yeah, there was a police officer, I'll never forget. It was one